So one shoulder exercise to rule them all. It'd be a toss-up between this and the bottoms-up press, but we're actually going with the Turkish get-up. The reason why I like this movement is it will reveal holes in people's game unlike anything else. And that being, how well do you create an active, stable shoulder when it's a dynamic overhead stimulus and you have to move your body in a way that not everybody's accustomed to doing, right? We can do a couple things, and I like starting actually with a PVC stick because it's like a sundial. It points the way and tells us where we have holes in our game. If you're an OG at the Turkish get-up, by all means, jump right into a kettlebell. But this is what I'm looking for. We're going to go through the technique right now. In terms of creating an active shoulder, if I'm going to say work my right side, this leg comes up like I was going to do a single leg bridge. I'm holding the stick like so. I'm punching up, and I'm rotating my thumb overhead. At no time during the movement do I want this PVC stick to rotate in, okay? That's creating a sloppy, inactive shoulder. So as you go through this movement, if the stick is kicking in, that's telling you right now you're going to have problems when you start to load it. Typically, you'll have a really smart side and a not so smart side. The side that typically is not so smart will have problems on the pull-up bar and will also create this error as you go through the movement. But let's break the movement down right now. So I'm going to start in this position. I'm going to punch up. I'll create the active shoulder. Thumb punches the way, points the way overhead. I am going to drive off this hip onto my elbow, and sitting up in this position, I walk out, I create a frame off my elbow, and I'm still pointing overhead. I've not turned in at all. From here, I then bridge my hip and shoot the knee back under. And I'm trying to keep my center of mass under what would be the weight the whole time, and I'm looking at my hand or the kettlebell or the dumbbell, in this case the PVC stick, the whole time. From here, I get everything in line. My lead leg is turned in slightly, the same way it would be if I was finishing a split jerk. And from here, I can stand the lunge overhead. The whole time, I kept that active shoulder, trying to fight the PVC stick from turning in. It's a good tell and a good way to assess on yourself if you're losing creating an active shoulder throughout that range of motion. Next thing I'm going to do is just undo what we did. I'll step back with the lunge. I will then turn the inside leg. I post to a hand. I'm balanced under the weight. I'm still looking at it. Shoot the hip through, maintain the high hip bridge. I will then sit down. If the weight's heavy, you can do one of two things here. You can bend the elbow, but I like to slide my hand out for stability. Get down to that bent elbow. Rotate down to start position. So, give that exercise a try. See if you have any holes and bleeding torque out of the system, so the PVC stick will let you know that. And then start to load it. See where you're at for limb symmetry. Do you have a really smart side? Can you move the same amount of weight? Is there a side that's lacking or deficient, that's painful? You can't handle the same amount of load and reps, or you can't even get close to moving the same amount of weight. But figuring out the complexities and getting closer to bulletproofing your shoulder with that movement sets you up for success when you get back to the pull-up bar for the kipping pull-up. So for now, that'd probably be my primary exercise to start working on to bulletproof your shoulders, to set you up for success with the kipping pull-up. So get after it, give that a try. Following week, we'll look at different techniques and tricks on the pull-up bar, keep those shoulders as active and stable as possible, and happy and pain-free. Thanks for watching. That's all I got for now.